Hey, welcome to The Truth with Andrew Washington and Frank Carrera. As you can see, Andrew's not here. Filling in tonight is Mr. Richard Kern.
How are you, everybody?
Old friend of mine, and
another CI boy.
yes, from the same neighborhood as me and Andrew, and actor, writer, producer, director extraordinaire. We're going to talk a little bit about what he's got going on a little bit later on. Andrew is working on some of his magic stuff. As you guys may or may not know, he's was selected to go on tour. He's going to be doing some stops with here in New York, Florida, Georgia. There's talk of LA and hopefully Vegas.
Texas, right?
Texas as well, yep. And hopefully Vegas is what he's hoping to get to. So we wish him luck, and hopefully he's got a couple of tricks he can show us that he worked on this weekend. Before we get started, without our sponsors, we are nothing. So I want to thank with ticks and mosquitoes, especially now that the nice weather's coming. I know I can't sit in my backyard without getting tore up. Give them a call. Tell them you heard it here on the show, 631-888-NOFO. The guy's amazing. He's got rid of anything that I've had going on in my backyard. I live near the woods, so it's absolutely insane. Once the sun goes down, you can't even stay outside. So give him a call. He definitely will do the right thing with you. Also, on May 28th in Fireman's Park in Patchogue, we're going to be doing a fundraiser for the Patchogue 40 Thieves. Andrew and I will be there. It's a great cause, and they always put on a good time there, and you can't go wrong with seafood. Who doesn't like that? Also, May 21st, the NAX Wrestling, Clifton, New Jersey. It's going to be a tremendous lineup. They're going to have you. Big James and Sal Ranella will be there, putting on a good show. Andrew will be there. Scoop Washington, I think, is his...
I believe that's it, Scoop Washington, right?
Is his stage name there. He's going to be doing some interviews, and if you saw one of our shows a couple of weeks ago, he had some video on there, and it's really entertaining. I'm going to try to make it there, because it's always a good time, but we'll see. But yeah, if you guys need tickets, reach out to James or Sal. You can get them through Facebook. I think they still have some left. I know it's been going pretty quick. So there's people, but everybody's buying tables and stuff. So just check them out. Also, I had to bring this out for Mr. Washington. This Wednesday night, they're going to do another trial run for the Family Feud. It's at Matt Giuliano's Play Ball. Andrew needs to have at least 24 people confirmed by tomorrow. Otherwise, the show is going to be canceled. Andrew will be emceeing. He's also going to have a few of his comedian friends stopping by. It sounds like it could be a lot of fun.
Sounds like it. Looks like it, too.
Who doesn't like Family Feud? But if you guys are interested, reach out to Andrew via Facebook and let him know if you guys can make it. It sounds like it'll be fun. So,
but I think there's some people that don't like the Family Feud that are really feuding in their family. Just how to say it, you know?
Yeah. Also, Mr. Washington wanted me to let you guys know that May 11th, Misfits Tavern in Ridge, he's going to be doing a show, a magic show, and he's got a couple of comedians coming on. Also, May 12th, the Short Stop Inn in East Islip. He's got another show at 8 p.m. He'll have a few other comedians there, and some of these comedians are the same ones that are on his going on tour with him.
Oh, okay.
So they're doing a couple of trial runs.
Like Key Fitz.
Yeah, Key Fitz.
Arnie Price.
Arnie Price, and I forget the other name. I thought I wrote it down, but I apologize, guys. But they're all trying to kind of, I guess, hone their skills before they go out on the road.
There you go. I hope they get some awards or whatever.
It should be good. I mean, listen, he's got a good lineup. We all love Key. I love Key's set. He puts on a good set.
Nope.
Arnie Price is good.
And a shout out to Key Fitz.
So
and thank you for the deal on those props for my movie. Just had to say
that's all right. Throw it out there. So be a good show. Like I said, the 11th, Misfits Tavern in Ridge. May 12th, Short Stop Inn, East Islip. Both 8 o'clock. and catch him while you can before he hits the road.
I remember the shortstop gym when I was younger in the fire department days, going there, hanging out, getting drunk.
Yeah, we used to go in there. A lot of the Long Island Ducks after the games used
I'm
to
talking
go.
about before that. I'm talking
to
about,
go in there.
Remember Angela's Julian Sr.?
Yes,
He used
yes.
to always hang out there.
Yeah,
That
well,
and
you
Ron
figure
Joe's.
the Ducks have been around since 2000.
2000,
so
they had 22 years already.
we used to go in there for lunch too. When I worked in another lifetime, we'd go hang out
Yeah.
in there for lunchtime. But it was it was a good place. Also, I want to give a shout out to Leonardo's Pizza. They are the official caterer of The Truth, and also they did your.
They helped us out last night on set. Yeah, it was good.
Food was good?
Everybody loved it.
Yeah, no. Dominic is awesome. He helped us out a lot yesterday. Me and Andrew usually go there and eat every Monday night before the show, and he's a real good guy. He's at 20 Broadway Avenue in Massapequa, New York, 516-795-5577. Give him a call. Just tell him you heard about it here, and he'll do the right thing with you. So how was your weekend?
Well, the weekend was long, crazy, but fun. And I got a lot of good shots. So for those of you, I'm sure a lot of you that are watching, tuning in, you know who I am. I'm Richard Kern. I am the writer, creator, producer, director, and I am starring in the movie called Cairo Killer. Frank is one of my producers, and Frank also plays Sheriff Kent. Really, everything's been going amazing. I have a great team. Nelson's my DP.
He's amazing.
He is.
For some of you that don't know, my son actually
Yep.
got a little acting gig this weekend. We were talking, and he needed a kid to play.
So
and
he
he's
popped
like,
his
"You got
cherry."
somebody?" And I'm like, "Let me ask my son." He was a little hesitant at first because he's like, what do I gotta say anything? I don't want to give away what he did, but
Well-
I'm just saying this is what you gotta do. You don't have any lines. You just gotta do this. He was nervous, but
He takes after his father. So he killed it the first time on set, just like Frankie did back in 2017 when I brought him into the business. So Frankie killed the thing in the streets. We couldn't kill him. But we did a little bit different with his son, but his son killed it, and he's great. And, we'll get him into another shot.
And I have to say, like I said, you were amazing with him. He took really good direction from you.
Thank you.
Nelson, the cameraman, was amazing with him. My son spent a lot of time in one position, and he kept saying, "Sal, you need a break?" He's like, No, I'm going to fight through it, and he did. I was very proud of him. You talk about I had a tear in my eye. Also, Sarah Martin and Catania.
I do want to thank my
awesome.
crew, Sarah, Katani, Nelson's doing phenomenal, Steve, my sound guy. The whole crew is just amazing.
You couldn't have picked a better crew from
Well, my actors, you did really great. So, for those of you that aren't really understanding exactly what we're talking about, Cairo Killer, I wrote with Bella DiMartini, who was amazing. She did a great job helping me write the story. She's been helping me produce everything. And she also plays an amazing part called Natasha. She plays the office manager at the chiropractic office. Now I'm going to tell you what happens.
We're going to go a little more into this later on, but
Well, basically what it is we are making a scissor reel right now, which, most people don't know what a scissor reel is.
well, that's my question. Like, for people that don't know, what's the difference between a sizzle reel and
So basically, a scissor reel is anywhere from a 3 to 10
a trailer?
minute,
I mean,
or
I thought you were going to say trailer. I was,
Oh,
I
I'm
was
sorry.
feeding it to you, but it's all right.
I'm not like your wife where I just read off of your mind. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
she don't
We're
even
not
do
that
If
close.
she could read my mind, she'd beat me. But go ahead, that's another story.
That's another story. But the difference between a scissor reel and a trailer usually, a teaser trailer is usually 60 seconds or less, a lot of 30 seconds. Most trailers are anywhere from 2 to 4 minutes. A 4-minute trailer really pukes on people, and you really don't want to see that movie because you already saw it.
Yeah, sometimes they put all the best scenes in it.
Correct.
and
It's like you see that 3-minute trailer, you go to see the film, and everything you saw in the trailer, all the good parts were done, and you're like, what the hell was that?
And I think when I watch a trailer, I think less is more to me because I want to be like, oh crap, what is,
Exactly.
I don't want to know everything in a span of, a couple of minutes. I want to, kind of be guessing.
Right. So I'm going to
what the
be like
hell's
I
going
did
on.
with my script. My scripts have been compared to Alfred Hitchcock, which gives you a lot of twists and turns and mystery, and you got to figure it out.
I tell you all the time, it's an amazing script. It's genius. It's not anything that I've ever seen.
Thank
And
you.
that's what I love about it. It's so different and fresh.
The scissor reel is basically taking a movie and cutting it down to a short. And basically, the scissor reel, you're going to get your beginning, middle, and end. You don't want to throw everything up on it, but you want to show exactly what you're doing, what the concept is, where it's going, and how's the project going to look. This is something that you bring to investors and to distributors. This is something they look at when they want to invest. If you can't show them something good, why would they invest in you? That's why we do the scissor reel.
Right, exactly.
So once we get the scissor reel to the investors and get funded, then we're going to shoot the movie. And that's pretty much what a scissor reel does. So the scissor reel is to get you funded and get you distribution so you can go on to the next level. And
Well,
yes,
we're going to talk more about that in a little bit because we're going to have Bella's going to call in.
yep.
And we're gonna kind of talk a lot more about what went into it, how you created it in your mind. You know what I'm saying? That sick little mind of
Oh.
yours. So
It's funny you say that, but we'll talk about that later.
we're gonna definitely talk that. We're gonna go to a commercial, but after the commercial, we're gonna have our friend on. She was supposed to come on a while ago, but she had COVID. I had COVID. We just couldn't get it together. Donna Blues. She wrote the book Chasing James Gandolfini. It's about James Gandolfini in Sopranos, which is one of my all-time favorites. I've just got done binge watching it again for the umpteenth time, and I can't get enough of it. And people look at me going, "How can you keep watching that?" That's like one of the greatest, things to ever happen to television was.
And we even have Katerina in Cairo Killers.
Right, Caterina Michio
It's funny how this is all...
was in The Sopranos. She
Yep,
in
and
real
she
life
did-
was James Gandolfini's girlfriend at one
Correct.
point. She played a barmaid in the Bada Bing. So
I don't think it's barmaid anymore. All bartenders now.
bartender in the Bada Bing.
You're old-fashioned like me.
But-
I still think of him as barmaid.
Sunday nights was like a religion to me. As soon as it came on,
Yep.
it was like, Shh, shut up. I don't want to hear nothing.
Yeah, that big boom.
Shut the
boom,
phone
boom,
off
boom.
and shut my cell phone off. I don't want to hear it. And then, once that intro started, you were like,
yeah.
it was like mesmerizing.
I'm
But
going to have to watch it again now when I go home.
I actually just bought it because I used to get it for free on Amazon Prime. Now
Right.
they charge us, so I just bought freaking first season
Oh, it's
and
bastards.
binge watch that. And I'm going to continue to buy, I think it was all 6 seasons.
And now they're cheap, too. They're not that expensive.
It cost me $19.99 for the
Hey,
first season.
I think I
but-
paid $30 or $35 for each season.
So. But we're going to go to commercial, and we'll be back with Donna Blues, Chasing James Gandolfini. Hang in there. You don't want to miss it.
Honey, it's such a beautiful night. Let's eat outside.
Okay, hon, sounds great. Ugh. These bugs are out of control.
Oh no, honey, look, Luna has a tick.
We gotta do something about these bugs. It's ridiculous.
Don't let mosquitoes and ticks ruin another summer. Call Nofo Tick and Mosquito Control. 631-888-NOFO. That's 631-888-NOFO. Or visit NofoTickControl.com. That's NOFOTickControl.com.
Hey, welcome back to The Truth with Andrew Washington and Frank Carrera.
And tonight, Richard Kern, don't forget.
And Richard Kern.
There we go.
Riding shoddy tonight. So, this is a woman we've been trying to get on for months. Every time we tried to get her on, I had COVID. She had COVID. Her daughter had COVID. So this has been a work in progress trying to make this happen. But I am so glad that she's here with us tonight. She is an actress, mother, and author of the book Chasing James Gandolfini. Everybody, give it up for Donna Blues.
Hello, everyone.
Where are you, Donna?
Donna here. Yes, I am in my costume for the movie Good Friday.
There she is. Well, now
Frank
you're there.
is
You shocked me
in
with
the
that.
movie
That's
with
right.
me.
You shocked me with
Yeah,
that
very
outfit.
shocking. When you're an actress, you have to like be prepared to take your makeup off and everything. I know he's still in shock.
I was so not expecting that, I have to tell you.
I know.
And I didn't want to
because
insult you. I
look a
thought
lot
maybe you had a
different.
toothache. Remember the days when you had a toothache? They tie that white thing around your face? And you got... So I was like, wait, do you have a
I
nun outfit
know,
on? Or
but
no?
I was like,
Where's your habit? I don't see your habit.
Our movie.
And you look very angelic. You got that light behind you. It's like,
Yes,
Imagine if she wore a
yes,
habit.
it's a religious experiment now. You know what I'm saying? Experience.
Yes.
But she needs
That
the
the
habit.
movie Good Friday. Yeah.
So how are you?
The movie's coming up. I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
It's so
I
good
feel
to have
very
you on.
religious right now, I get a prayer sent to me every day, and let me tell you, it helps me. Because
So
if I'm in a bad mood or something, and I don't, do something right, really right, I see the prayer and then I correct what I did wrong. It's very good. It's very good. So anyway, go ahead.
This has been a work in progress trying to get you on.
Yes. One thing, and then your thing, my
It's
thing,
been
my daughter's thing.
COVID, and then
you
unfortunately your daughter had COVID, so it's been like,
Yes.
we've been trying
I'm
to do
so
this since like
excited to be
January.
on. Yes. And your movie as well, my God.
Oh,
Talking to you.
how are
Yes.
you? Yes, thank you.
How are you?
I'm
Don't
great.
you have a movie that you're working on?
I
oh my
am
God.
Cairo Killer.
I know. I've been hearing about this. My God.
Well, that's good.
Everybody, all these
Everybody's
important
talking. That's
people
good.
are in it, including Frank.
Yes.
Well, if
And
you're
your
hearing,
son's in it.
if you're hearing about it, that's good. That means people are talking
Oh,
about it. instead
I've
of
been
buzz.
hearing about this.
Are you guys friends on Facebook or no?
Yes, we are.
You are, okay.
Of
I'm
course we
slowly
are.
disappearing in my habit. Anyway, yes, I've been hearing about this movie. A lot of good buzz, and it sounds great. And you got a lot of great people in it. I'm so
yeah.
excited for you.
Thank you. I have
gonna be
great
cool.
crew, great cast. It's just been an amazing ride.
Everybody's talking about it, so that's a good thing.
So let's talk about you now, young lady, since we've been waiting so
Okay.
long to talk to you.
Thanks for calling me young lady.
Well, you are, right? What are you, 30, right? 35 tops?
Oh, bless you, bless you.
Bless you, bless. I could use some blessings. Trust me, I need them. I always get afraid when
all right,
when the
let's
lightning
talk about
comes,
me.
I'm afraid I'm going to get struck by it. So
Yes, let's talk about me.
let's start off. Where did you
I
grow
want to
up?
know when David Chase is going to call me to make it
Yeah.
into a movie.
We should call you, but
You're
let's
right,
not get
don't
too
wait too
far ahead
long.
of ourselves. Let's start. Where'd you grow up?
Okay, I grew up in Richfield Park,
Okay.
New Jersey, home of Ozzie and Harriet Nelson, if you know
That's
who
a
they
great
are.
show.
That's
I
a
remember
fun
that.
fact. I didn't know that.
Ooh. Yes, they grew up and they even mentioned Richfield Park on their show.
Oh wow.
And they were born, they say Teaneck, but that's just the hospital.
Right.
But we actually have Ozzie and Harriet Nelson Drive.
See, my name is actually Rick, and I was named after Ricky Nelson.
See?
My mother
See how it
loved
goes?
Ricky Nelson.
Richfield Park, Nelson,
You
yeah.
didn't know that, did you?
See, my name is Frank,
Really?
and I was named Frank because there was
Hey,
8 kids and my parents ran out of names, so I
Hey.
guess they just pulled it out of a fish.
You had 8
Frank's
kids?
a
Oh, my
pretty good
goodness.
name, so
I think they wanted a daughter. That's why they called him Frank or
They had
Francis.
daughters. We had 2
hey,
daughters.
Francis.
there was 8 of us. They had 2 daughters.
8 kids, wow.
8 is enough.
Really? You were named after Ricky Nelson?
Yep.
Wow. He was in his time. He was the heartthrob.
Yes, he
Ricky
was.
Nelson,
My mother
right?
loved him, so, yep.
Yeah, he was quite yeah. Actually, the high school in my town used to be across from the library. And we have a picture of Ricky Nelson in front of the high school when he was a kid.
Oh, wow.
It's amazing, yes. Oh my God,
Yeah.
look at this thing.
You having
Yeah,
trouble
so,
over there
yeah.
with your whole setup?
I think she's got a bad habit on.
I got a bad habit. Yeah, and who else? The Cake Boss is from my town too. You know the Cake Boss?
Okay. Okay, for
Yeah.
Oh, Cake Boss.
He's from Hoboken. The Cake Boss,
Boss.
he makes all those cakes.
Yeah, I watched that show a lot. That's a cool show.
Yeah, he's from
That's what made
here.
her become a nun. She drank too much. She
Yeah,
said,
there
oh,
you go.
my.
And also, my memory's so bad. Who's the actor? He was just on your show that played, he's in your movie, I believe. He played Little on Goodfellas. He played Young.
Oh, Christopher Scott Cerrone.
Right.
Yeah, he was.
He just did a movie in Richfield Park.
Okay, because
Oh, wow.
I know he's originally from Queens.
Right, but he just did a movie in our town in this little place called Luigi's that my parents, if you can believe it, took us there as kids. So you know how long that's
Wow.
been there.
What movie was that? Was that The Family's Feud? Was that the movie?
No, it was oh, I forgot the name of it, but looks good. So I
Yeah,
put it
no.
on the Richfield Park page, Oh,
Chris,
that's my phone.
Chris is a great guy. We had him on, and he had such a great story to tell about him being on the Goodfellas and how he was picked on afterwards because everybody wanted to fight the kid that was a mobster that played a mobster. So
Oh,
he told
really?
me
He
he
was
had
picked
a
on, so,
he said it was a
yeah.
blessing and a nightmare at the
curse
same
at-
time. So.
Curse at the same time,
Yeah.
yeah. I hear you.
But let's get back to you now. So, okay, so you grew up in
Sure.
Richfield. I see
Richfield
that
Park.
when you were out of high school, you became a hairdresser
Yes, a hairdresser from Jersey. Yes,
from Jersey.
Joycey.
from Jersey.
New Jersey and you.
We don't really
perfect.
say Jersey. I just said it to
Now remember when they used to say New Jersey and you, perfect together.
or what exit are you from?
Yeah,
You
well,
know.
that's it.
What exit? Yeah, a hairdresser. I did a lot of things. Yeah, I still cut hair actually. I do that to make a living while I'm doing the acting, the writing, and stuff like that. I did a lot of extra work years ago. That's in my book. Commercials. Law and Order, things like that.
Right, I seen that. I seen that clip, or you had on, or it was a still shot of you, and I don't know who else was with you in that picture from Law and Order. You guys were standing behind the bars or something.
Oh yeah, me and my friends and I, we were in Law and Order SVU, and we were in a jail scene. Let me tell you, you don't want to go to jail for any length of time. They had us in a jail cell for I think a couple of hours, and we're like,
Wow.
oh my god.
Now
people
we
spend
shot a
their lives-
movie a couple of years ago. I think it was with Chris Foy and Mark John Jeffries was in it. It was called War Retroactive, and we were in Kew Gardens Correctional Facility. And I walked into
boy.
those cells, and I tell you what, just walking in there, even with the door open, it was very constricting. I was like, man, I don't ever want to do this.
I know. If you want to deter people, I'm sure they had a scared straight one time for not committing crimes. Just let them spend a little time in a jail cell because oh my God, I was like, and the extras had a fight on the food line. I think it was the whole aura of the place because it was a real,
Wow.
they actually had a fight because everybody was cranky
I
and
want
somebody
that
had
food.
a fight. I'm like, oh my God, what's happening here?
Yes.
But,
I have to tell you, the only reason why I wasn't in jail when I was younger is because I could run fast. So thank God. If I was slow, I would have been screwed.
Now, yesterday I got to see when it's on the side of the other judge's bench because I got to play the judge yesterday. That was
You were
awesome.
the judge, really? Oh, that's great.
I'm not going to give too much away, but yeah, I played the judge.
I can't wait to see that movie. It looks so good.
Yeah, there's a lot
So
of
you must
twists
be
and
so
turns.
excited.
Yeah, actually, I've never ever written before. It's my first script. So to watch something that manifested 3 years ago in my mind to be coming to life now and entering the script into film festivals, I entered the Long Island International Film Expo, which is in July.
Don't give too much up because we have to talk about this later. So
Well, we could just give this one thing away now that I opened the gate for the
Okay.
for the pretty young man.
just sit back because now he won't shut up. So
No, we're good. But she's asking questions about the film, which she could
Well,
also.
you know what? What got me started? It was Jim Carrey.
He's funny.
He said to ask the universe, like what you were saying. You had all these thoughts, and so did I. And he said that before he was famous, he looked out in the Hollywood fields or whatever, and he wrote a check out to himself for
I've
$1
seen
million.
it. I love that story.
And he said that, if you ask the universe and you put it out there and you believe it, it will happen.
Yeah.
And I tried it. And just like you did, instead of thinking about it, just believe it's going to happen. Believe it's going to happen. And it's the law of attraction. If you put it out there, things start, and it did. Things just kept happening. And it was like serendipity. The more I believed in it, the more it came to me. Like you said, now you see it coming to life. Same
Right.
thing with you, Frank, with your ideas. It will come. And then one thing led to another with me. And even I said in the book, strange things were happening. If you read my book, I'm telling you, people started appearing, that looked like other people. And it was just amazing.
Well, your book is a bit of
I-
it goes from, I know you touched in the book about you had a loss of a younger brother, correct?
Yes.
I'm
You
sorry to
want,
hear
you want
that.
I mean, I don't know if you want to talk about it. If you don't want to, that's fine.
No, we could talk about that. During my downward spiral, that just he had melanoma, and that's another thing I stress to everyone to always get your skin checked, because we didn't know about it at the time. And I tried to get him to quit smoking, and he got mad. Like, I dragged him places and he got a stress test and everything, and he finally quit smoking. And then he had this little thing on the back of his leg, and when you get older, you always have something growing on you.
Of course, yeah.
And he didn't think anything of it. I'm gonna just put that here. He didn't think anything. Oh my God, do you believe this?
Yep.
He didn't think anything of this, and then he waited, and then he found out it was melanoma. Now, we heard skin cancer, but that's very aggressive, and it was devastating. He had 3 young girls, and it was just a slow, and his work treated him like garbage, totally treated him like garbage. It was just terrible, terrible time, and I didn't handle it very well.
No, I mean,
I was
how
just
long
hitting the
ago was that? I mean, how
floors,
old was he when
It was
when
just
this
terrible.
happened?
He was 39.
Okay.
39. And, it is what it is, but every once in a while with loss, you and then all of a sudden it hits you again like it was yesterday. We all know
I
about
know the
that.
feeling. Trust me.
People inspire me like you, Frank, and you just got to march on,
I
like
appreciate
that
it. Thank you.
thing. I always wondered on the wall, my mother's wall, where it says, "God grant me the serenity to change things I can," and the wisdom to know the difference.
Right. The
You
serenity
have to.
prayer. Yep.
Right. So in my book, I showed how that was just one of the reasons. And then I was left when I was pregnant by someone that I love very much. And so I was in bad shape. So the last straw was going to my shop, and James Gandolfini went there. And nobody told me because I was kind of out. And someone said, I'm like, I can't believe no one called me, And I was just, so someone said, well, my brother casts for extras for Sopranos. So I went to the place. Long story short, he promised me 99% he would get me on if I would join. It was like $500-$600. I didn't have money. I was just like, I said, 99%, you'll get me on. So I just went on this adventure. He booked me on all these things. I thought he was going to rip me off. He didn't. And then, I'm not going to tell you the end of the book, but it was a great adventure, But it brought me back to life, more or less, because I met so many great people. It was a little, Frank, you read it. Frank read my book twice.
I read it twice, but like I
Right.
said, I was talking to it today. I said,
He got the brain fog.
after COVID, I got like the brain fog. I said, I
Right, he
never
liked
used to
my
have a
book,
problem
though.
with my lines in a movie, and it was like, it's a struggle lately. Just
Is
to
that why we
remember
did
stuff.
100 takes on
We
Saturday?
did not do 100 takes,
Just
first of all. So basically,
So
what was
you
your
really
inspiration to write this book? I know, like it touched on. I'm just going to bounce around here. I know you said you had dealt with some addiction and depression. You
It's
talked
a
about
great
losing your
book.
brother.
It's a great book for people that deal with something like that, because it'll show you what not to do. I did it because I wanted to be with somebody, and they happened to be doing it, and that was the wrong thing to do. I was just made some bad choices. But like I said, I flash back to The Sopranos and what's going on, because I'm kind of coinciding what's going on in the show, what's going on in my life. And it kind of made it interesting because I relate a lot to The Sopranos, I love the show. I was
Who
just
doesn't?
watching a few episodes, and it's still very funny.
I don't know if you watched the
very
show
funny,
before ours,
and-
Teresa. She had Edie Falco's double on here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I asked her for a picture one time.
Who's that, Edie
when
Falco?
Edie Falco's double.
Oh, you did?
Oh, we got a picture with her. We're lucky. She was all over
I'm
us,
sure she's not allowed to do that. because then people would think it was Edie Falco. But she had her double on, yeah.
Yeah, the Edie Falco's double was on here.
I'll tell you one thing. If you want to see a great Edie Falco, she's a tremendous actress. Did you ever see Nurse Jackie?
We were just talking about that. Love
Yeah.
that. Love
Oh, I want to see it again because I haven't seen it in a while.
it. That helped me
Right
kind of get
on
over
it.
The Sopranos and stuff too. I loved her.
I thought like you would see, Carmela, and she did
Totally
a tremendous.
opposite. Totally
Yeah.
opposite.
And it was so funny too, wasn't it? It was
a
just
great show.
great. It was a great show.
Now, besides
So-
this book, you wrote a book about the kitten with no whiskers. What was that about?
Well, I experienced bullying from 4th grade till high school. Extreme bullying. So did a lot of other people I grew up with. Some of them never really bounced back from it, believe it or not.
Right.
A lot of people say, "Oh, get over it." Even Lady Gaga was saying how they took her and actually threw her in a garbage can.
Well, that was the
And-
thing back then too. It was like, just suck it up, and
Just
it's,
suck it
it's
up,
only
but-
come to the forefront maybe within the last 10 years or so. I mean, give or take.
It
That is-
doesn't. It doesn't leave you because it kills your self-esteem. And if it happens from year to year, which it did with me, it takes a long time to get back, So I found a cat with no whiskers, and I named him Whiskers, and I decided to write a book, which was a true story about, it's all right to be different. And of course, the other cats made fun of him because he didn't have whiskers. And then he met 2 birds, and they'll be his friend because the one bird's yellow, one's white. It's okay to be different. I wanted to instill in young kids that not to hurt people's feelings and to be kind to one another just because you're a different color, different size, or whatever. And I put it in libraries, I put it in schools. I'm not looking to make money or anything, but I want to, spread that word. So maybe it will, make a difference,
That's such an awesome message because I have to tell you, my son had a gentleman that came to his school. He's in 6th grade. And I noticed in 6th grade, now 5th grade, he didn't have the problem. 6th grade, it's like a cesspool because you have 6th, 7th, and 8th. And him being the youngest, there's a lot of that stuff that goes on. And I tell him, I said, listen, just don't take nothing from nobody. I don't want you to start
Right.
problems, but if someone tries to bully you, you know what to do. And, you're not going to get in trouble from me. I can tell you that straight up.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Defend yourself because it's not okay to make fun of people or push somebody around or any of that other crap. So
Yeah, you're definitely right. They need counseling for the bully because I found out later in life when I saw my bullies, they had terrible home lives.
right. That's what I told them. A lot of them are tortured little souls, and they just don't
That's
know how to
right.
deal with it. So they lash out on other people to make
Exactly.
themselves feel better. I mean,
Right.
they're being beaten at home or whatever the case may be, and now they're
That's
lashing
what
out
it
at
is.
somebody else because they don't know how to mentally cope with what's going on. I know as a kid, growing up, you weren't allowed to tell people your problems. Our
No.
family was very like you didn't go outside the family and tell people what was going on in your house, whether your father
No,
was drunk
it was all
or
hush hush.
whatever. You had to keep it
nobody's
quiet.
business
Nowadays,
and stuff like that.
kids have the resources to go to their school psychologist or talk to somebody. They feel more comfortable because it's being taught to them to do it. So, thank God that the message is out there and
Definitely,
kids have
because I
a
don't
place
think
to
anyone
go.
should go through. Like I said, I see people from years ago still today, and their lives are ruined. And I know that sounds like everyone's like, "Oh, come on," but some people can get through, and some people can't.
Well, that was going to actually
and
be my
it
point
saddens me.
because.
But you know what? I hope, like I said, with all the things going on today, that they'll, they'll think of new ways. Like I just feel if you're in a school, there should be a law. If you're in a school and your child is being harassed and it's hard to control, like you said, the bully and the families, if they need to be transferred, they should be transferred.
Well, I have to say the
and
schools
they
now
should
have a
find way.
zero tolerance for that,
right.
and that's what I was going to bring up. There was a gentleman that came into my son's school that had a 12-year-old son who committed suicide because he was being bullied, and he sat
There
and
you
told
go.
the story, and hopefully that affected some kids who are doing the bullying, realizing that
Oh, their lives will
these
never
are real
be the same
people,
then.
and they have mothers and fathers, and they're never going to see their kids again because of the actions of a bully. So
Exactly.
hopefully
So
that permeates.
I think counseling is the answer. They need counseling for the bully, the person that's doing it, and get them the counseling that they need. I think that's what they need to do. The money has to go there, and the problem go to the root of the problem instead of getting counseling for the person that's being bullied,
Right.
because you got to go to the root, because it all stems from home.
Right, sure.
I was very lucky to have a good home life, but not so many people
No,
are that
not everybody's
lucky,
as fortunate. Listen, Donna,
I
before
wasn't
we
lucky to have a good putting on this thing.
before we let you go, why don't you tell everybody where you can get your book, Chasing James Gandolfini, and the Kitten with No Whiskers? Because I actually want to get that and have my son read it. So let us know
Sounds
where we can
interesting.
find it.
Okay, you can get Chasing James Gandolfini on Amazon, and you can get it on BookBaby, Goodreads, anything on the internet there. And the same thing with Whiskers. You can go to my page, chasingjamesgandolfini.com. And I also have, my page, Chasing James Gandolfini. And, I'm so happy. I just want to say that the independent movie Coda won Best Picture.
Yeah, that was
And
awesome.
it makes
me so
Congratulations to
happy.
John Fiore too. John's a
John
great guy. We had him on the
Fiore,
show.
our friend,
Unfortunately, when John was on, I had COVID. We had Mary Kennedy on from Shameless, which is one of my favorite shows.
I just watched that whole series.
And
That
John
was-
Fiore was on. The two people that I really wanted to be here the most for, and I was sick both times. I was like,
And
I
that
can't
was the
catch a
day
break.
I was
At least I'm
supposed to
okay
go.
for you now. So I was here to
I
be
know,
able
thank
to talk
God
to you.
we're in sync though. But I'm did you see the movie Coda? Was
I did
such
not.
a
I'm
good
gonna have
movie.
to. I have to see it.
So I'm telling you, it makes me happy because this is the first time I'm with independent movies, and you guys work so hard and you put your heart into it. And now look,
There are so many good
Best
independent films out there that
Picture.
don't get the recognition that they deserve, and I'm glad.
Best
I'm glad
Picture.
Coda got it.
You
That's
guys,
awesome.
I could see you guys up there.
I think more
Sticking
goes
your
into an
roll.
indie film than a Hollywood film because there's more real dedication.
Well,
and
it's a
stuff.
lot harder to obtain the resources that we need
Well,
to
that's
get
why
things
you have to have the
done.
dedication. Because
And you need the right type of people around you too that can make things
Oh,
happen.
yeah.
So. But Donna, thank you so
Definitely.
much for coming on. Finally, we got to see you and talk to you for a little
You're
while. I
welcome.
appreciate you. Everybody,
Sorry,
go
I'm
on.
in pieces.
Get her book because it is amazing, Chasing James Gandolfini, and look
Yes.
for the Kitten with No Whiskers. We're going to go to commercial, and we're going to come back, and we're going to talk to Richard Curran, and I believe our friend Bella DiMartini is going to call in. Correct?
she should be.
All right.
Nice
Donna,
to
thank you
see
again.
Richard.
You got it. Nice seeing you too.
We'll be back.
Nice meeting you. Take care.
Take
Thank
care.
you for having me.
You're welcome.
Honey, it's such a beautiful night. Let's eat outside.
Okay, hon, sounds great. Ugh. These bugs are out of control.
Oh no, honey, look, Luna has a tick.
We gotta do something about these bugs. It's ridiculous.
Don't let mosquitoes and ticks ruin another summer. Call Nofo Tick and Mosquito Control. 631-888-NOFO. That's 631-888-NOFO. Or visit NofoTickControl.com. That's NOFOTickControl.com.
Hey, we are back. Truth with Andrew Washington and Frank Carrera. Sitting in tonight, as you know, my co-host, Ricky Kern, an old friend from many, many moons ago.
That's how you know he knows me for a long time because most people call me Richard. Some people call me Rick, but when you call me Ricky, that means you know me a long fucking
A
time.
long time.
Ah.
Over 30 years, I think, right?
Well,
Give or take a decade or so.
I'm in Central Hudson Fire Department. I joined in 1982. So,
Yeah, well, I was in a couple of years after you, after high school, so like
So that's
80
when I started.
84 or so, yeah.
yep.
All right, so we were talking earlier. I know we're waiting for Bella to call in. We were talking earlier about Cairo Killer.
Yeah.
Why don't you give everybody as much information on it as you can without giving away too much?
Well, I mean, the shoot's coming out amazing. I want to shout out to all my cast crew. Tamia Williams, she's excellent. She's our executive producer. If it wasn't for her, we wouldn't have been funded to shoot this as real. Frank Correa, he's been a great help. He's been helping producing. He's playing a great part of the Sheriff Kent. Katerina Michio. She absolutely killed it out of the park the other day.
She gave my son the creeps. He was like, I was having nightmares about that.
She's an awesome actress.
She's amazing. She really is.
Everybody, Stafford Chavis, he brought my character to life. I was like, wow, what he put to the character was amazing.
Who else? Joe Larson.
Joe Larson.
Joe DeBarry.
Joe DeBarry.
What's Frank's
But
last name?
Stafford Chavis, I really have to say, he came from...
Hello, guys.
Hey,
Hey, Bella. How are you?
Good, good. How are you guys?
I'm very good.
Good,
Thank
but
you.
let me just finish. Stafford Chavis, I really want to give him a big shout out because he came all the way in from Colorado just to do the shoot.
He did. Stafford's a good
And
man.
he's a great guy. He's also another one from CI, so CI Pride.
Also, ex-Philadelphia Eagles football player for a few years.
Now we have Bella DiMartini, who I also have to really give a big, big thank you to. Bella helped me co-write this crazy movie that I have. What happened basically is 3 years ago, I've been going to chiropractic for about 6.5 years now. 3 years ago, my chiropractor started getting all these decompression machines. And I'm sitting there like, wow, this looks like a modern day torture chamber. So every day I would go to chiropractic and I get these weird thoughts in my head. What can do this, that? So hence came Chiro Killer. One thing I really hate is people texting and driving. So that's why we say with Chiro Killer, texting in a small town becomes a deadly secret in a small town. There we go. There's a lot of twists and turns. Bella is awesome. Me and Bella, she was in my head with everything I told her that we want to go for. She wrote some scenes, I wrote some scenes. We just sewed everything together. Bella, you're the best. Really.
Thank you so much.
If it wasn't...
Good story on paper, that's all.
No, but I mean, just my thoughts, you getting it started, me helping, us both writing an amazing story. All I can say to people is if you have a dream, you have something in your head, don't worry about anything, just do it. If you're writing a book or if you're writing a film and you think, oh, I need money to get it done, forget about that, just write it. Like Donna said earlier, if you really want it and you really work at it and you just work it, it's going to happen.
Absolutely. And we all go back to the days of the streets. I mean, Bella, I played Bella's
Right,
brother
that's
in the streets.
Actually where I met Bella. Basically,
And she killed that too when she was there. You know, she was always on her A game whenever we were on set.
Oh,
so.
thank you so much.
No, you're welcome, Bella. It's true. You were awesome.
And that's how we
So
all
were
met.
you guys, and
Yeah.
that's what motivated us.
Yeah, and you learn a lot with this business. But the thing with Bella is, you know, even as an actress, she takes direction. So it's kind of like she got in my head when we were writing. She's been helping produce, helping with getting props and everything. And, like, we just, you know, when you do an indie film, you know, like right now I have so many hats. Bella has a few hats that she's wearing. But that's why I say it takes love and dedication, and you really got to be, you know, have the passion to do it.
Right, and we talk too, you surround yourself with the people that you know are going to step up when you need them, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, we've had a couple of bumps and bruises with this. I mean, you know, with things that we needed for the shoot and things that we thought we had that we didn't have, but each
Bella could tell you too. I think we've had things happen that you're not even aware of, right, Belle?
Oh, I'm sure.
Yes,
I'm sure. I mean, I'm
exactly.
just aware of the few things. The first shoot I was at, but it was a hurdle. We scaled it and we made it work. And I think us not getting what we needed, you know, with those other things we needed in the beginning, made the movie better with what we went with. I'm trying not to give too much.
Well, I always
away,
say
so.
making a film is like fighting a war. Murphy's Law is whatever can go wrong will.
It usually does. Yep.
Everything in filmmaking, especially in the indie world, goes wrong. I haven't worked on a movie yet. back in 2014, what got me back into the acting world was a movie called Devil's Five by Terry Wickham, which you can see on Tubi, Apple TV. You can see it on Amazon Prime. That's where I learned the art of producing. So I played 2 parts in the movie. I play a doctor and I play a psycho patient, so check it out. But that's what got me into the art of producing. Once I started learning producing, then I started watching directors, and that's where I learned the art of directing. Never did I think that I would get an idea in my head and write a screenplay. But now we did. We have Cairo Killer. We're shooting the scissor reel, which we explained earlier what the scissor reel is. Bella was a big help on that writing of the scissor reel. Correct, Bella?
Yep. It was.
Tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
It was
And
a joint effort between both of us. I mean, I wrote The Streets, part of 1 and most of 2, and this was a lot different because it went in a whole total direction.
Absolutely.
Which made it very fun and interesting and challenging. But I liked it. It was fun.
Frank, I just want to say hi to Frank Vitale. He plays a major role. He is an awesome actor and a great guy.
I have to give a big shout out to Frank Vitale. It's funny how I met Frank Vitale. I met him in the Roosevelt Field Mall. And
What were you,
I needed some.
peddling solar?
Actually, I was raffling off a car.
He's always
If you
doing
need solar,
something.
give me a
It's
call.
like a snake oil salesman. Bella.
But something made me I needed some extras for a movie called Even a Score that Rocco Joya wrote. I'm a producer on it. I'm in it. And I asked him if, hey, you want to be in a movie? He was like, yeah, sure. I also needed a police officer, and he said his friend Frank Asso is a cop, and he's an actor, so we got him in Even a Score,
I didn't know
too.
he was friends with Frank.
Oh, yeah.
Frank's
That's
a
how-
great guy, yes.
That's what kind of got Frank Asso in. Now he's with Michelle Astor.
Right.
But I kind of got them into everything, too. But Frank Vitale kind of got me with Frank Asso.
Yeah, watch
But
Michelle
Frank
and Frank's
Vitale, he did come up to me and say, kind of like, thank you for believing me. You kind of believed in me, huh? I said, he goes, what made you believe in me? I said, well, you did something great in Even a Score. You were good. You killed it. The scene you're in, you look great. I said, so I auditioned you, and you killed it. When you got on the live video with me so I can make sure you understand the character more and the direction I gave you, he killed it. Not only that, he's also a production assistant, which he's not too thrilled with, but he's doing it.
But he does a great job.
He's doing a great job with it, but behind the scenes, either you like it or you don't. It's kind of like acting. Either you're going to like it or you're not. But big shout out to you, Frank. You did a kick-ass job. I know
Yeah,
you're gonna keep
Frank's
it up.
awesome.
Yep. And also, Frank, what's his last name, Bella? Your photographer?
DiChirico.
Yes.
Frank Bichirico. He's one of our behind-the-scenes still photographers, along with John, what is it?
Beccarelli?
Beccarelli. John Beccarelli is also another great still photographer.
Frank is great. I had some good conversations with him on the set the last couple of weeks.
They both are taking incredible behind-the-scenes shots.
Amazing.
If you guys want to follow the page on Facebook, we are going to be posting behind-the-scenes stuff and everything that's going on with the production. So just go on Facebook, type in Cairo Killer, Chiro, second word killer, and follow the page, like it, follow it, and you'll be able to keep up with the production, and you'll see when we're getting ready to shoot the actual film after the sizzle reel.
Well, with you guys have been sending out the script to a couple of film festivals as well, right, Bella?
Yes,
That's what we were
yes.
talking about. That's right, I did.
Rick sent it out, and we got accepted.
Yep.
Amazing.
And we're in the semifinals of the Long Island International Film Expo, which is in July. So we are in the semifinals with the script. If we do win Best Screenplay, they will actually have actors doing a table read of the script in front of the audience. So I'm kind of excited.
That's
and
amazing.
I would love to kind of see that happen.
Now, also, we have it sent to the film festival in Italy as well, correct?
Yeah, what is that one, Bella? Belle?
I forgot.
You were the
name.
one that told me to enter it. It starts with a V, Venus is it?
Is that the one that's run by
Venus.
Catarina?
It's the Venus. Yeah.
The Venus Italian Film Festival. So we
Right.
entered that. We're waiting to see if we get
Going
accepted.
international, I love it.
Yep. So we're waiting to see if we get accepted into that. And I entered another Long Island Film Expo too, which I believe is in August or September. So they'll start letting people know if they're accepted into that. A lot of people don't understand when you do a film festival, it costs money to enter. Just because you enter a film festival does not mean that you are going to get accepted. You are paying for them to take their time out to look at your project or your script or whatever you're entering to see if it's worthy by the judges to be into the festival. So for me to write my first script with Bella and enter it in the first film festival, have it accepted and then into the semifinals is a big accomplishment.
Like I said,
That's
it's
really
genius
great.
what you guys have put together. So
So,
Yeah, it's a lot of hard work, and it was, challenging, but it was very fun.
Yeah.
It was
so that's
a
how
good
Curriculum.
accomplishment. I mean, it made you feel good that you accomplished something and finished it, and it felt good. And
there's,
like
there's
complete-
such a buzz about it too. That's what's good. I mean, even on social media, people are talking about it. Even when we're on set, it's like it's such an energy on set because
you.
everyone is so focused and everyone really wants to do like like I said earlier, Belle. I don't know if you heard. You guys surrounded yourself with top-notch people, from the actors to Nelson and everybody else. It's just an amazing group of people, and everybody, you can see the dedication and the focus on everybody on set. Like everybody just brings their A game, and you can see it. It's
Well, I'm
apparent.
I'm a perfectionist, and to me, detail is very
Well,
important. Sometimes
yeah, everybody's serious. They're serious. They're hard workers, and they're proud of themselves and their work,
But-
and they're putting their 100% of themselves into
Yep.
it.
yeah, awesome.
And that's what's going to make it amazing, and that's what's going to make it
And
go somewhere.
I'm very fussy on detail. I do my research. Sometimes me and Bella butt heads, but I say to her, this thing, even though it's not real, I don't want to be one of those movies where if you know something, you wouldn't be. Because I'm big at picking apart movies. I grew up in movie theaters. My father used to show movies when I was younger. Then we bought a movie theater. Then I was working the theater showing movies. And then after that, we had the video store where we were renting movies. So now I'm making movies. So I went full circle. I understand about distribution for theaters, how video works, how TV works, how cable works, and now even how streaming works with Netflix.
Well, now getting back to what you were saying, though, you're like big on continuity. I remember we were doing a shoot on the streets, and I had either a beer can or was it a soda can, and I kind of went like that. You noticed that I moved it, and you said it's not gonna look right in the film. We got a continuity. You got to move it, and that's what I always said. You have such an attention to detail on the set. Like you see everything.
Well, speaking of, remember the day on the street set and you weren't in the scene and we were filming and you were watching on the side and Jerry DeLeo had those mirrored glasses on and I saw you in the glasses.
Oh yes, that's right. I forgot about that.
And you were like, how the hell did you see that?
I forgot about. That's what I'm saying. You really are. You do pay attention to detail, and it's
Well,
one of the things I've
very
always said to
important
you
because,
about.
like I said, ever since I've been growing up, I'll watch a movie. Even Rocky Horror, great big movie, big studio. There's parts in there, like when they're doing the time warp, you see the carpet, the red carpet's there, the red carpet's gone, the red carpet's there. What's her name unbuttons Brad's shirt, and then she's unbuttoning it again. Sometimes the continuity gets messed up even in the big Hollywood studios.
And not everybody sees that, though. But,
No, they don't. That's why me and Bella sometimes butt heads, because she'll tell me, I see that in movies. And I go, yeah, but it's wrong. Right, Belle?
Yep.
So hopefully this turns into something bigger and better, and I have no doubt that it won't. I mean, I can't wait for us to film the feature. It's going to be.
Yeah, well, the way we're going, I mean, if we...
If I think it's ridiculous, we'll butt heads,
Yeah.
and then Rick will think about it, and then he'll give me a call, and he'll say, "Yeah, okay, I think we can leave it like that," or,
I'll say, no, we
he'll-
can't. Nope, it's not going that way, Belle. We're going to do it this
Sometime
way.
he will, yeah, but sometime he will. He'll go my way because he'll see it.
As long as it makes sense.
He'll think
and it's-
about it. He'll think about it, and then the next day he'll be like, "Okay, yeah, you're right." But you know, we both push for it. We're both like
Just
yeah,
like
we're
last
both
night with Joe
stubborn.
DeBarry
We're
and
both
G-
stubborn.
Just like Joe DeBarry and Joe Lawson last night. I really listened to you.
Yeah, if I would have been there though, we would have been like going at it a little bit.
Well, listen, you both want the same thing, so you know it's.
I
only
don't.
expected.
Yeah, it's you know,
I
he's
look
the
at
director, so I feel like you know he's going to have the last say regardless.
I look at it this way, though. You know, this is something that came in my head 3 years ago, and you know, a lot of people thought it was a joke in the beginning. Then, when they seen there's finally a script and that it's manifest, and then they think that it's never going to get shot. It's just going to be like thousands of scripts that are out there.
Well-
They're probably on IMDb.
We only got a couple of seconds left, though. But
Oh my God! You got to bring me on again. then.
You've silenced the
I want
haters,
to
that's
put
for sure.
I want to put this in. Frank, you're amazing, and that's why we picked.
Thank you so much, Bella. I appreciate it.
right,
It's
I
amazing
do-
being with everybody.
I do want to give a shout out to Dr. Burns, Dr. Green, my chiropractors. Dr. Burns, thank you very much for letting us use your Island Integrated, Long Island Integrated in Ronkonkoma. And also Dr. Dow in Islandia. If you need a chiropractor, see either one of them. They're awesome. I want to give a big shout out to Katie and the mayor of the village of Lindenhurst for allowing us to shoot in their courtroom. I want to give a big shout out to the Central Islip Fire Department.
Absolutely.
They were freaking amazing on our
and
first day of
East
shooting.
Brentwood Ambulance as well.
Steve Delmar, you
And-
did an amazing job coordinating the fire department. Also, East Brentwood Fire Department Ambulance. You guys were amazing.
They were troopers. It was a long day on set, but we gotta go.
I just got. They're gonna have
And
to bring me
all
on
the
show
cast
again.
and crew.
Yes.
Cast and crew, you're all amazing.
Bella, thank you
Amazing.
for coming
Thank you.
on. I appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
Ricky, thank you. Donna
Thanks,
Blue,
Bella.
thank you so much for coming
Ciao,
on.
guys.
If you get a chance, get her book, Chasing James Gandolfini.
And don't forget to follow Kyra Killer on Facebook. Follow the production.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you next Monday night. Hopefully, my sidekick Andrew will be back. Thanks for
Good
joining.
night, Walt. Or maybe I'll be back again. Maybe we'll change it to, you know, The Truth with Frank Guerrero and Richard Kern.
Thanks for tuning
You
in,
never
everybody.
know.
Appreciate it. Without you guys, this is not possible. Have a great night. Thank you. Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there, too.
Yep. Happy Mother's Day.